got a gal at the head of the creek. Go up to see her about 3 times a week. Kisses on the mouth, sweet as any wine. Wrap herself around her like a sweet tater vine. Going up Cripple Creek, going on the run. Going up Cripple Creek, have a little fun. Going up Cripple Creek, going in the world. Going up Cripple Creek, see my girl. Got a gal, she loves me, she's as sweet as sweet can be. She's got eyes of baby blue, and her love for me is true. Going up Cripple Creek, going on the run. Going up Cripple Creek, have a little fun. Going up Cripple Creek, going in the world. Going up Cripple Creek, see my girl. Girls up Cripple Creek, about half grown. Jump on a man like a dog on a bone. Roll my britches up to my knees. Wait old Cripple Creek when I please. Going up Cripple Creek, going on a run. Going up Cripple Creek, have a little fun. Going up Cripple Creek, going in the world. Going up Cripple Creek, see my girl. Folks, and a great big welcome to each and every one of you. I recorded those tunes a couple of days ago. First one is called Pretty Little Shoes, and the second one's an old chestnut called Cripple Creek. Anybody who learns the banjo always starts off by learning how to play Cripple Creek. And I also did a little slideshow of some of the stuff that I've made. Hope you enjoyed that. What I'd like to do now is more Bible reading. So for those of you folks who don't want to hear a Bible reading, now's the time for you to end the video. I'll say adios. See you next time. For those of you who are hanging on, I've been reading all month from the book of 1 Corinthians, the letter that Paul wrote to the people in the church at Corinth. Chapter 8. Food sacrificed to idols. Now about food sacrificed to idols. We know that we all possess knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. The man who thinks he knows something does not yet know as he ought to know. But the man who loves God is known by God. So then, about eating food sacrificed to idols. We know that an idol is nothing at all in the world, and that there is no God but one. For even if there are so-called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, yet for us there is but one God, the Father, from whom all things came, and for whom we live, and there is but one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things came, and through whom we live. But not everyone knows this. Some people are still so accustomed to idols that when they eat such food, they think of it as having been sacrificed to an idol. And since their conscience is weak, it is defiled. Apparently the practice back then was any meat that was sacrificed to idols was later sold in the market, and people would buy it and eat it. And for some brothers and sisters, it would have been, they had no problem with buying the meat and eating it, because they could care less about idols, because they knew that the only real God in this world was our God our Father and Jesus Christ. But for some of the weaker folks, if they saw someone else, one of their brothers or sisters, eating meat that was sacrificed to idols, they became confused and thought it was, well, if he's doing it, I guess it's okay for me to do it too. So Paul goes on to say, for if anyone with a weak conscience sees you who have this knowledge eating in an idol's temple, won't he be emboldened to eat what has been sacrificed to idols? So this weak brother for whom Christ died is destroyed by your knowledge. When you sin against your brothers in this way and wound their weak conscience, you sin against Christ. And Paul talked about that same thing back in Romans. Hang on a sec. Romans 13, Romans 14. Romans chapter 14, he talks about the same thing. Accept him whose faith is weak without passing judgment on disputable matters. One man's faith allows him to eat everything, but another man whose faith is weak eats only vegetables. The man who eats everything must not look down on him who does not, and the man who does not eat everything must not condemn the man who does, for God has accepted him. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? One man considers one day more sacred than another. Another man considers every day alike. Each one should be fully convinced in his own mind. And then it goes on to say, you then, why do you judge your brother? Or why do you look down on your brother? Therefore, let us stop passing judgment on one another. Instead, make up your mind not to put any stumbling block or obstacle in your brother's way. So, I don't know anybody who's been sacrificing meat to idols or eating it afterwards. But there's a lot of modern things that some people get upset by, some brothers and sisters. Some might be upset by the fact that you play cards or go to movies or eat shrimp or frog legs or play old-time fiddle tunes, stuff like that. So your knowledge and in your own heart you're convinced that that stuff is okay for you to do, but if you know that a weaker brother or sister is upset by that, then don't do it in front of him or her. That's where the wisdom comes in. The difference between knowledge and wisdom that I talked about a few videos back. Anyway, hope you folks enjoyed the tunes and the slideshow and the readings from Corinthians and Romans. Now comes the time for me to say God bless, and we'll see you down the road.